You must be born again. You must lose that false ideology that you've been believing all these years, all these false religions, all these false so-called holidays that you've been following. You must leave those things. Those things are damnable, and it will cost you to end up in hell. This is 15 Minutes of Truth. I am your beloved host, Minister Zachariah Thomas of the Way of God Church. Before I say anything else, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yah, through his son Yeshua, the true Messiah, whom the world knows, and as we have called before, Jesus Christ, the Anointed One. One thing about it, folks, if you are celebrating any other day other than the holy days that the Most High God has prescribed, you are in disobedience. And in your disobedience, that will cause you to go to hell. Now, I'm sure a lot of you just finished up celebrating this false Halloween, this demon-possessed day, Halloween. And this is actually something that is a festive day. It's a so-called holiday. Don't you know that the term holiday derives from holy day? How can you tell me that Halloween is a holiday and it derives from something that is holy? Give me Leviticus 10 and 10. Leviticus chapter 10 and verse 10. You are putting light for dark and dark for light. And that will cause you to go to hell. When you take bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, that will cause you to go to hell. You are sitting around here, folks. You're sitting around here, just got finished celebrating some nasty, rotten day, which this rotten society has proclaimed to be a holiday. You're saying something that is devilish and ghoulish, something holy. Give me Leviticus 10 and 10.
And that ye may put difference between holy and unholy.
You're supposed to put a difference between what's unholy and what is holy.
And between unclean and clean.
And between unclean and clean. But you're not doing that. You are strictly disobeying the word of God. Your disobedience will cause you to go to hell. When you don't put a difference between holy and unholy and clean and unclean, you disobey the Bible. And what does that disobedience mean? That disobedience means that you transgress. What is transgression? Transgression is to go against. And what is transgression? When you transgress the Most High God's law, that makes you a sinner. Because sin is the transgression of the law, according to 1 John chapter 3. Go ahead and read it if you have the time. 1 John chapter 3. But see, you want to just sit and keep following these rotten holidays that have no significance whatsoever to the true holy days. You getting this junk from the rotten Roman Catholic Church, and you call yourself Baptist, you call yourself Methodist, you call yourself Presbyterian, you call yourself Apostolic, Pentecostal, Lutheran, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness. You call yourself all this crap, and none of it is according to the Bible. None of it. And see, you're actually following a Catholic doctrine. You're following something that is based and founded from Catholicism. Every time you celebrate Christmas, get me Jeremiah chapter 10. Every time you celebrate Christmas, every time you celebrate Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, what are these rotten crap that you guys be celebrating? Halloween, the devil's holiday. I mean, you're celebrating all this mess. Easter, which is ridiculous because you're celebrating his resurrection, and Easter the word Easter is Passover. And that is to represent a death, not a resurrection. But you're taking and you've twisted all this stuff, and you have no idea what you're doing. And that's the truth. You have no idea what you're doing, and all you've been doing all this time is been following along a Catholic doctrine, a Catholic practice. Are you Catholic? Why would you celebrate something that's Catholic and you claim that you're not even Catholic? You are Catholic. You are a part of that priest molesting, humping on these little boys' behinds. You're a part of their religion. You're part of these little nasty little nuns that claim that they can't get married, but yet still they be bumping each other. They be cleaning each other's carpet. That's exactly what they be doing. This is a mess that's going on in today's so-called church. It's a mess. And you sit here thinking that you're going to be saved in some mess? You think that you're going to actually get some kind of prosperity, actually gain some type of spiritual blessing from being in some mess? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, folks. You're living in a delusion. Go ahead and give me what you got. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Now, hear ye the word that Minister Zachariah speaks unto you.
Which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Hear ye the word which the Lord, the Most High God, the one that you claim that you believe in, hear what he has to say about the matter. Now, what does he have to say?
O house of Israel.
O house of Israel. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith who?
The Lord.
Thus saith the Lord. Not thus saith Minister Zachariah of the Way of God Church. Not thus saith me. Thus says who?
The Lord.
Thus saith the Lord God Almighty. Go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
For the heathen are dismayed at them. The heathen don't know what's going on. The heathens are the ones walking around here confused and they don't know the signs of the times. But those of you that are supposed to be spiritual and supposed to be of the truth, you're supposed to know the signs of the times. You're supposed to know what's going on. Don't be dismayed at at what goes on around here, like these heathens are, these unbelievers are, these other nations, these other wackos are. Go ahead.
For the customs of the people are vain.
The customs of the people are vain. Now, why would the customs of the people be vain?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, just like these hypocrite, lying idiots do now. Go ahead.
The work of the hands of a workman.
The work of the hands of the workman.
With the axe.
With the axe, okay.
They deck it with silver.
Oh, my goodness. They deck it with silver.
And with gold.
Oh, and see, that's exactly what you deck your little stupid Christmas tree with. You deck it with all the little stupid little stringy gold and stringy silver. And what else they do?
They fasten it with nails.
They fasten it with nails. You put your little podium or whatever that little dumb thing is at the bottom, and you stick your tree right in it.
And with hammers.
And with hammers.
That it move not.
That it move not. You definitely don't want that little stupid thing to move. That thing move with all them little dumb lights you got on the thing. It might fall over and burn your house down. But if it does, that's what you get. Because you have an idol in your house. Go ahead.
They are upright as the palm tree.
They're up. They stand straight, just like the palm tree.
But speak not.
They don't speak.
They must needs be born.
They must needs be born.
Because they cannot go.
See that what that means is they must needs be born. They have to be carried. Somebody has to carry them because they can't move themselves. They can't walk into your house themselves. You have to put it in there. And when you put it in there, you put an idol in that house. You deck it with silver and gold, just like them rotten, nasty heathens do. You're a heathen when you do this stuff. And the Most High God just told you, learn not the way of the heathen. But what do? You do the same thing the dumb heathens do, which makes you a dumb person yourself. But who's telling the people this? Not your rotten preacher. He ain't gonna tell you about it because he don't care. He a rotten heathen himself. Say that again.
They are upright as the palm tree.
They're upright as the palm tree.
But speak not.
But they speak not. They're dumb. They're sitting there, can't speak. They can't tell you, Merry Christmas. They can't tell you that. They can't tell you, oh, it looks so good in his silver and gold hair, like some rock star. They can't tell you that because they can't speak. Go ahead.
They must needs be born.
Somebody got to carry them big dumb things. Keep them things in the wild where they can take in oxygen, where they can take in carbon monoxide and take out and breathe out oxygen. Give oxygen back to the world, people. Heathens. Go ahead.
Because they cannot go.
Because they cannot go,
Be not afraid of them.
Be not afraid of them.
For they cannot do evil.
They cannot do evil. Now, they themselves, they can't do evil. They can't creep around the house at night and do evil because they can't move. They're fastened to the house. I mean, they're fastened to the little dumb pottery thing that you have on the ground. They're fastened to that. They can't move. So I mean, he's telling them don't fear these things because they can't do evil. But what?
Neither also is it in them to do good.
There's no good in it. So if there's no good in this thing that the heathens do, why would you do it, heathen? You say you call other people heathens, the people that don't believe and all this other kind of stuff. The heathens were the other nations. The heathens were the ones that didn't follow God, that didn't know God. They didn't know him. That's why they had all these abominable customs, because they didn't know God. And that makes you a heathen. You're following after a heathen, which makes you a heathen. You are a heathen every time you do what the heathens do. Why do you do these things? And you have to look at this stuff. Give me Revelation chapter about 18. Give me Revelation 20 and 18. Matter of fact, 21, 15. Matter of fact, 21 and 8. Make it 21 and 8. I ain't got no manuscript, no cue card. I don't got nothing written up, wrote up. I don't have my laptop built into my podium like these other dumb preachers, illiterate preachers do, trying to write out a sermon and type it up because they can't get nothing from the Most High, so they have to cheat. Revelation 21 and 8.
But the fearful.
And
unbelieving.
Matter of fact, break it down. Give me Revelation 21 and 1 first. Revelation 21 and 1. And that's the problem that you have to realize out there, folks. When you celebrate all these false days, when you celebrate all these things that the Most High God has not given you to do and actually told you to learn not, and that there's no good in these things, especially the stupid Christmas tree and that whole practice, there's no good in these practices. Now, he told you, if you've been listening and pay attention and been paying attention, we took you in the beginning to the book of Leviticus, chapter 10, when he told you to put a difference between what was holy and what was unholy. It's not good and it's not holy to try to mix a devilish so-called day of celebration and try to make it a holiday when holiday is derived from holy day. How can a devilish thing be holy?
That's right.
What type of foolishness is that? You're trying to say something that is devilish, is holy? What type of fool are you? What type of fool are you to sit here and believe this stuff and not only believe it or support it, but you go along with it. You practice it. You practice this foolishness. Go ahead. Revelation 21 and 1.
And I saw a new heaven.
He saw a new heaven. Now, this is John. This revelation, the book of Revelations was written by the Apostle John. This is the revelation that the Apostle John was given. And what did he say?
I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
This whole earth is going to pass away, folks. This is going to pass away. There is no time to play. No time to play. It's going to pass away. The Most High God said he's going to burn it up with fervent heat. Fervent heat, folks. Wake up and smell the coffee. Area code 916-475-5001.